How Ascap and BMI track your song usage. Having to keep track of every play of every song all the time in today's world, with countless performance platforms, could seem like an impossible task. But that is precisely the task faced by performance rights organizations, PROs, like BMI, Ascap, and SESAC. Their responsibility is to know exactly which of their members' songs are being played, when and where, so that they can accurately pay out performance royalties to publishers and songwriters. Even though the music industry is changing fast and often, PROs must adapt their way of work over time in order to take care of their members. Note that the information in this episode applies primarily to U.S. performance rights royalty collection organizations and more specifically to Ascap and BMI practices. However, the basics are the same in most territories. The PROs track usages of songs played on radio, television, digital platforms, and at live performances. Let's first talk about usages on radio. Tracking radio plays is by far one of the most daunting tasks faced by performance rights organization groups. Since it is downright impossible to generate a list of every song being played on every radio station all the time, let alone manage that data, collection rights organizations tackle this challenge in a few different ways. BMI uses a mix of station reporting and digital monitoring. They require each and every station to whom they issue a license to keep a log of the songs they play for a set period each year. Typically, every station reports its playlists for a 3-day period. BMI combines that data with digital monitoring of radio plays to come up with an idea of whose songs are in heavy rotation. Ascap, on the other hand, relies only on digital monitoring. Next on the list is monitoring television. Even though it is a PRO's job to track usages on TV, television networks carry a great deal of the burden when it comes to reporting performance data. For both BMI and Ascap, stations must keep what is known as cue sheets, a list of every song that is played on the network, when it is played, and for how long. All of that information is necessary because different royalties are paid for different types of song usages. For example, the same song played in commercial and on a TV show doesn't earn the same amount of royalties for those different uses. In addition to combing the data provided by the stations, the performance rights societies also use digital monitoring to keep track of television song plays. When it comes to digital plays, life is good for songwriters, publishers, and performance rights societies. The nature of digital performances of songs means that digital broadcasters are able to report their playlists with just about 100% accuracy to the performance rights groups. In fact, they can provide so much data that their thoroughness is often problematic for PROs. It is such an information overload that in some cases they don't have the infrastructure to make royalty payments per play and sample or survey that data as a basis for payouts instead. Live plays, on the other hand, are tracked much more loosely in the U.S. than in other territories. In the U.S., only the 200 highest grossing venues are required to report their song plays to the performance rights groups. These venues are determined according to a list generated by a music industry publication called Pollstar. Understandably, this method barely scratches the surface of concert plays, so many songwriters in the U.S. see little, if any, royalty income from concert plays of songs they have written. In many other countries, these plays are tracked much more closely, and even small venues are required to turn in set lists of the shows they host. There is one more type of usage that you might think the PROs track, and it is music in film. Contrary to what you might think, in the U.S., performance rights royalties are not collected on music played in films because the film industry successfully fought to be excluded. Thank you for watching. Now hit that subscribe button and join our community.